Okay, so last Thursday on the 13th of April, yeah, April, um, was my last psych assessment. It was my third psych assessment, and I think we went a bit 15 minutes over, just to kind of finish up the paperwork and have it signed. I'm sorry I sound like this, I'm really sick at the moment. Um, Sorry if I start coughing or whatever, but yeah, so it was my last psych assessment. I didn't talk about the one in the middle of that because it was a bit more, I guess, personal. You just kind of talk about like your life and kind of what happened and stuff. So yeah, that was a bit more personalized, and yeah, it's something I didn't really feel the need to kind of talk about. But the last one was the third one was just a bunch of tests. Just kind of filled out how I felt. There were tests to kind of test to see how you were, if you had anything else that maybe needed to be treated or whatever. Um, but I think that was it. And then by the end of it, she just kind of read out the effects of testosterone, and just so that way I knew about it and I understood, and then decided an agreement saying that I understood it. And that was pretty much it. Basically, um, I was advised to get I believe it's a cervical cancer vaccination shot. Just because even though you're transitioning and everything, you're still gonna get diseases and stuff to do with vaginas. So you just have to be careful of that and still kind of look after your areas. That just kind of goes for anyone, depending on what you have. You need to understand the uh, risks that come with it, and that's fine. Um, I think from what I understand, the doctors say you get increased cancer, but as far as I can tell, there's not been many people who've gotten cancer from it or anything like that. But that is those kind of risks are on the um in the middle range, I think. Like, you do get increased risk, but it just depends because you're more just susceptible to it if you have a past history. If you have a past history of blood clots, you're more susceptible to blood clots. So it depends. Basically, I was told that I think 2 months since my first appointment, my report would be written and finished for the doctors, and then I would go to the doctors that I'm with, um, and get the various tests needed to go on testosterone, which they would send me to an endocrinologist, and go from there. I have my blood tests, but I will go and get the vaccinations that I don't think I've had. Just because I feel they're important to me. I'm gonna get a bunch of other stuff done that I need medically, which is fine. Um, it's nothing bad, and it's nothing to do with transitioning female to male, so it doesn't really need to be said. But yeah, I'll get those vaccinations, and hopefully it will be okay. I'm sure it'll be fine. But yeah, um, that was just kind of the last appointment, and just kind of what it was about. I know normally is about four appointments or whatever, but we did go over time to kind of finish it up. So, 3, 4, 5 appointments is usually how many it'll take when you're with the gender therapist. So hopefully that helps for anyone who is wanting to go to a gender therapist and wanting to transition. It doesn't take too long. Usually you do it every week, so it'd take about a month, month and a half or something like that, so it's not too bad. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. and I'll see you in a wingspan. Bye.